The impact of the fires on local beaches and the ocean. The results from water tests are in and are raising more questions.
Motion denied.
And it's one step closer to the justice that I believe my friends should have.
Loved ones react to an important ruling in a preliminary hearing for the 2023 PCH crash.
Plus, Duke's in disrepair. The new trouble the restaurant is facing following multi-million-dollar damage from post-fire mud and debris flows.
And nature heals.
Nature can be really easy to engage your senses.
How the bond of a surf team is supporting one another after the fires. News at 5 starts now.
Malibu's only live newscast. This is NewsWaves32 Live.
Conflicting reports about the condition of the ocean water after the January wildfires. Good evening, I'm Claire Eberbach.
And I'm Sahana Patel. Welcome to NewsWaves on this Tuesday, March 18th. Results from ocean water tests are starting to come in and raising more questions than answers. NewsWaves32 reporter Gabrielle Salgado is live at the Malibu Pier and Surfrider Beach to explain.
3 months after the Palisades fire, the question remains if local beaches are safe. The environmental nonprofit Heal the Bay is advocating for transparency.
And our ocean is suffering.
In the aftermath of the fire, Ryan Harris, who founded the Harris Report, is attracting a following of over 8,000 people. With his almost daily social media posts, he is advocating for transparency on the fire cleanup and health of the ocean.
When the person in charge of cleaning up the beach doesn't understand that a couple miles west of PCH there is another highway of migrating whales and the damage that toxins leaching into the ocean does to the ecosystem, we have a major problem. Harris is raising the question on everyone's mind. Is the ocean and sand safe near and around the burn zones following the fires and rain? There are contradictory reports. Last Wednesday, LA County Public Works released findings from their tests with results indicating no hazardous waste in the water. The county report shows only minor traces of substances like asbestos and heavy metals in limited instances. The environmental nonprofit Heal the Bay is conducting their own water quality test and has a different take. The organization is waiting for its results from samples taken from Santa Monica beaches both in and out of the burn zone. The organization is posting updates on its webpage, Ash to Action, linking to the county's test results and explaining the data. Heal the Bay's analysis shows heavy metals like aluminum and iron levels are 10 times higher than drinking water standards. The analysis states, quote, even at low concentrations, these metals can disrupt vital biological processes, damage cells, and impair reproductive and immune functions for marine animals. The analysis also indicates high phosphorus levels linked to brown foam along shorelines and an increased risk of algae blooms. Malibu Dreaming employee Dave Sisolak said local beachgoers have expressed some concern over water quality.
I think there is general concern from people surfing.
When it comes to feeling safe in the water, Sisolak said moderation is key.
Within moderation, I wouldn't be in the water every day.
I spoke with Heal the Bay earlier today, who told me that they are planning on holding a press conference in the coming days with their test results. In the meantime, they are advising people to avoid beaches between Santa Monica State Beach and Las Flores Beach. But if you do choose to go to the beach, they are warning people to be vigilant of debris, avoid full body submersion in the water, and to keep pets and children from touching that wildfire debris. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Gabrielle, for that report. A judge has denied a defense motion to dismiss the 4 counts of murder against Fraser Michael Boehm in the 2023 PCH crash that took the lives of 4 Pepperdine seniors. NewsWaves32 producer Mary Elizabeth was in the courtroom yesterday and has reaction from the girl's best friend.
4 counts of murder remain against Frazier Michael Boehm after Judge Diego Edber denied a motion to drop the charges Monday morning. For loved ones of the 4 victims, the ruling is a small step toward justice.
Just feels like relief, and it's one step closer to the justice that I believe my friends should have.
Close friend and roommate of the victims, Bridget Thompson, attends every preliminary trial hearing.
The loss of my friends' lives is just something that weighs on me every day. So it just seems like, why wouldn't I go?
She says it is her way of representing and keeping the girls' memories alive. But Thompson says being in the courtroom and hearing the defense's arguments is difficult.
It's hard to always hear the defense's side, and sometimes it just feels invalidating.
Thompson says while the judge's decision to not drop the murder charges against Boehm brings some relief, it will never be enough.
It's not a feeling of jumping up and down joy, because how could it be? It doesn't bring my best friends back to life, and it doesn't dismiss what happened.
Mary Elizabeth, NewsWaves32.
Boehm's charges remain in place: 4 counts of murder and 4 counts of vehicular manslaughter. He will be back in court for another hearing April 28th. In the petition to drop the charges, Boehm's lawyer argued that Boehm has no prior criminal history and that community pressure and media scrutiny following the crash led to the murder charges being filed.
The city of Malibu will be getting some new direction as it rebuilds from the fires. Malibu resident and psychotherapist Marnie Kamens has been appointed to serve on the Malibu Planning Commission. Councilmember Bruce Silverstein selected Kamens following Craig Hill's decision to step down from the position after serving for 5.5 years. Silverstein says he chose Kamens because of her limited planning experience, believing she will bring a fresh perspective. Kamens, whose home was damaged in the Franklin fire, says she looks forward to serving on the commission.
The end of the Malibu Pier is temporarily closed due to potential structural concerns. After an assessment of the pier in January, this closure is a precautionary measure to ensure the safety of visitors. According to California State Parks, these assessments are completed after extreme weather events. The assessment findings are expected in the coming months and will determine when the pier can reopen. The Malibu Farm restaurant remains open, but the cafe and surf souvenir shop are closed.
Pacific Coast Highway is back to a soft closure after a portion of the road was closed from a mudslide. The slide in the Palisades burn scar area was reported by Caltrans around 3 p.m. Friday while crews assessed the slopes near Big Rock Drive. In addition to mud, deputies say the large rocks blocked the road. The closure was lifted around 6:30 p.m. after the debris was cleared.
The ongoing closure of PCH is impacting some cleanup and recovery efforts. Duke survived the fires, but is trying to start to rebuild after a mudslide. NewsWaves reporter Nora Moriarty is live at the PCH barricade with how the highway closure is slowing things down. Nora?
Claire, just a few miles behind that barricade is Duke's Malibu, one of those defining places along PCH. Despite surviving the Palisades fire, this restaurant is facing some massive hardships after that February 13th storm flooded the restaurant with mud. Now, their reconstruction efforts compounded by PCH closures.
You see the power of that amount of water and mud and debris, and it's just, as a human being, that's pretty humbling.
Duke's, Malibu's iconic beachfront restaurant, submerged in mud.
It flooded every room in the restaurant.
20,000 square feet now in need of repair.
Once the water's in and the mud is in, then you just got a much bigger problem on your hands.
Duke's faced a mudslide back in 2011, which cost them $1.5 million.
This was much worse than 2011.
Between walls of destroyed koa wood, a rare and expensive wood native to Hawaii, to large commercial kitchen equipment, the loss is massive. Restaurant manager Jimmy Chavez says it will be multi-million dollars worth of damage.
Essentially almost like a new restaurant from scratch.
But repair and reconstruction efforts are constantly being put on hold with ever-changing road conditions.
We would be working 24 hours a day, but they're closing PCH.
Malibu City Council member Bruce Silverstein says road closures are unpredictable given these natural disasters.
We're dealing with an unprecedented situation, so we don't know where we're headed. It's uncharted territory.
Duke's ambassador of Aloha, Kathy Gidget-Zuckerman, says one thing is certain.
We will come back from the ashes and the mud, and we will open our doors again.
Chavez eagerly awaiting the return to normalcy.
They can come down to Duke's and have a hula pie or have, Pepperdine student come out on Taco Tuesday, and it can feel like it's normal again. That's what we want to be able to provide.
As of now, PCH is on a soft closure, meaning only emergency personnel, residents, and contractors with passes are allowed to go on the highway. These conditions, again, could change at any point, especially if rain is being forecasted for that risk of mudslides. Fortunately, right now, rain is not expected for at least the next 10 days. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Nora. A dangerous challenge.
Electric vehicle batteries are highly unpredictable and hard to put out. The company that is gaining momentum with fire departments across the country with a solution to this fire issue.
Plus, skaters rejoice. Despite all the fire rebuilding, another long-awaited city project is moving forward. We'll be right back.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite. Unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book can be the first element. Helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back. With so much rebuilding to do, the city of Malibu is still moving forward with a long-awaited permanent skate park.
NewsWaves32 reporter Eden Shemanek is at the temporary skate park in Bluffs Park with the details and excitement.
Thank you. This has been Malibu's temporary skate park for the last 5 years. Finally, after over almost a decade of waiting, Malibu skaters are finally getting a new place to shred.
For Malibu, a town known for surfing and skating, it has been a real grind to get a permanent skate park.
I actually needed more than 2 hands to count the amount of years I have been coming to city council meetings regarding the skate park. 11 years.
Residents, including Heather Gardner, have waited a long time for the construction of a permanent Malibu skate park and believe it will benefit the community.
There's a lot of darkness that's come over Malibu this year. And this gives us a little bit of light and a little bit of a step in the right direction.
This is what the 12,500 square foot park everyone has been waiting for is expected to look like. It is expected to feature concrete quarter pipes, mini ramps, and a bowl for intermediate and advanced skaters. And Malibu skaters are excited about a longer lasting park, including Malibu local Cameron Driscoll, who has been using the temporary park for the last 3 years.
I'm excited. I think this park needs a little bit of like a zhuzh up.
The City Council approved the preliminary design for the park in November 2020, 9 years after Papa Jack's skate park closed, where the Whole Foods is now located. Since July 2020, Malibu residents and avid skaters have been using a temporary skate park located in Bluffs Park. Residents continue to voice changes they hope to see from the temporary to the permanent park.
I think it's great. I think if there was a little bit of concrete, this was smoother down here, it'd be pretty nice.
Community Services Director Kristen Riesco says the current temporary skate park that is made of wood was only meant to be used for a couple of years.
The wood is deteriorating pretty rapidly and it gets a lot of wear and tear.
Last Monday night, March 10th, the City Council enthusiastically approved the $2.9 million needed to put those plans into action and build the park.
Motion carries. All right.
Now, everyone is looking forward to a sick skate party once the park is ready.
A party would be great. I know a bunch of pro skaters. We can have them come out and do a demo day.
Although the park does not yet have a completion date, the City Council is ready to build it as soon as possible and give back to the Malibu community. With that decision, this temporary skate park is set to be the parking for the permanent park. Naming rights were also a hot topic at the City Council meeting, with council members interested in selling the naming rights of the park, seeing it as an opportunity to raise money for future projects. Back to you at the studio.
Thank you, Eden. Well, after the fires, it's nice to get some exciting news. Maybe we'll have to check out the party whenever it happens.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to that.
After some surprise rain yesterday, it's a windy and chilly Tuesday.
Sydney, what can we expect for the rest of the week?
Yes, following the rain, Malibu has cooled off a bit. However, temperatures are beginning to rise. Today's forecast shows sunny skies with temperatures reaching a high of 66 degrees and dipping to a low of 53. Springtime weather is here with sunny conditions lasting all week and warmer temperatures in the high 60s and low 70s. If we look at our surrounding areas, Santa Monica is experiencing sunny weather currently at 62 degrees and dropping off to a low of 49 degrees. Jumping over to our inland areas, temperatures are looking a bit warmer. Calabasas has a high of 64 degrees and then decreases to a low of 41. Agora Hills and Thousand Oaks are also showing sunny conditions, with temperatures for both peaking at 65 and dropping off to a low of 41 degrees. The fire threat today in Malibu is low. While the surf at Malibu First and Third Point is low, head over to Zuma Beach or Zeros for 4 to 6 foot waves that are chest to head level high. Tomorrow there will be 2 to 3 foot waves. Reviewing our weekly forecast, tomorrow will bring mostly sunny skies with a high of 67 degrees and a sharp decrease to 46 degrees. Thursday will also show mostly sunny conditions with a high of 67 degrees and a low of 47. Friday will continue the trend of sunny skies, but begin to rise up to warmer temperatures with a high of 70 and a low of 50. And Saturday will have partly cloudy skies with a high of 67 and a low of 51.
That is so awesome to hear that we're finally going to get our spring weather soon.
Yes, I'm so excited and ready to tan.
Thank you, Sydney.
Thank you. The Environmental Protection Agency has completed Phase 1 of the hazardous material removal following the Palisades and Eaton fires. Hundreds of lithium-ion batteries found in electronic vehicles were included in the removal. Rachel Flynn joins us now with more on the dangers the batteries present and safety measures vehicle owners can take. Rachel?
Thanks, Claire and Sahana. With over 400,000 Teslas driving in the Los Angeles area as of 2024, following the Eaton and Palisades fire, over 600 of those lithium-ion batteries found in electric vehicles were removed. I spoke with the Los Angeles County Fire Department regarding what they are doing to fight these flammable fires.
The California urban wildfires put a spotlight on the dangers of lithium batteries in electric vehicles. Engineers say these batteries are highly unpredictable and have a high chance of reignition even after the fires put out, posing threats to the public and firefighters.
Can it reignite? The answer is absolutely.
UCLA material and engineering professor Bruce Dunn has spent 20 years studying electrochemical materials, including lithium-ion batteries, to better understand them. Dunn says lithium-ion batteries contain electrolytes made of an organic liquid which is highly flammable.
Because in a battery, it's all sealed up. There's no air. And when there is contact with air, then you get fires.
The LA County Fire Department engineer and public information officer Jonathan Torres, who is on the front lines of the Eaton and Hughes fires, says these batteries burn differently.
With these fires, some or all of that battery pack has that stored energy within that car, goes off or it doesn't.
And Torres says water doesn't always extinguish flames in these batteries.
I've seen a training where they submerge an EV and or the battery pack, and it is combusting underwater.
Electric vehicle or EV related fires require smothering, Dunn says.
How do you stop it? Cut off the air, okay? If it's a small laptop, put a blanket over it.
This is where Chris Turner comes in. After fighting fires for 31 years, Turner joined forces with a company to develop a blanket for fighting EV fires. The American-made fire suppression blanket is made from a woven fiberglass material. The blanket is also coated on both sides with a silicone-based fire protection coating.
Not only are we selling to fire departments, we've sold to Army bases. We're selling to industrial settings. We're actually selling to car manufacturers themselves.
The blankets have to be disposed of after one use. They also are heavy and add another thing for firefighters to keep on their trucks, but they include a strap providing protection from wind and for vehicle transportation. Torres says there are other things EV owners can do to prevent the lithium-ion battery in their car from igniting in the first place.
Overcharging is a thing. Leaving lithium-ion powered phone, computer, car, continuing after a full charge does damage and can compromise your battery pack.
This action can lead to fewer EV fires, and Torres adds that EV owners should avoid making modifications to their cars once they leave the dealership and trying to accelerate battery charging.
Manufacturers were hearing or learning was that people found out that if they take a wet rag and drape it over the charging plug, it'll fool the plug into thinking the batteries are cooler and it'll charge it more quickly.
Torres said that the department isn't currently using fire suppression blankets, but they are open to the idea of it with education of the product. Sending it back to you, Claire and Sahana.
Thank you, Rachel. An iconic Malibu sport is making a comeback after the fires. Emma is here with more.
I'm Emma Martinez in the NewsWave studio. Coming up in our special segment, Coping with Kids. How teens on a local surf team are wading through post-fire life together.
And Pepperdine Arts take flight this week with one of their longest-standing traditions.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Got a quarter?
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
The ocean heals.
Psychiatrists say staying active after trauma can help kids both physically and emotionally. And in Malibu, kids have the perfect chance to do that with the waves.
Hi, Claire and Sahana. As a surfer would say, no matter how many times you wipe out, you have to get back up on your board. Sharks' surf team is not only happy to be back on the water, but they are stoked to have each other to lean on after the Franklin and Palisades fires. Responders set up at Zuma Beach kept the team out of the water for 5 weeks.
We weren't able to practice at all.
But now, the Sharks surf coach says the team is back in action.
It's been great.
Rick Boss says he sees the benefits of his 5th grade to high school surfers getting back in the water after the traumatic fires.
Once it's all said and done, the fire's out, there's nothing better than getting outside and getting back into nature and all that.
Psychiatrist Jeannie Buddhist says outdoor activities like surfing provide time for kids to engage in grounding activities such as this.
Okay, let's think of 5 things that we see, 4 things we can hear, 3 things we can touch, 2 things we can smell, and 1 thing we can taste.
Buddhist says being outside calms our senses.
Nature can be really easy to engage your senses and get a sense of serenity and peace.
Buddhist says another method to help kids cope with the fires is to get active with a team.
Establish a sense of connection with this community. So it's not this is me and all these other survivors, this is my team.
The bond of the Malibu Sharks has been strong after the recent fires. 2 brothers on the team lost their home to the flames.
So that was a big bummer to hear.
And the Sharks were there to change the tide.
But we were able to get them some gear and stuff through the team.
Rick Boss says he is proud of the resiliency the brothers and the rest of the Sharks have shown since practice has started up again post-Franklin and Palisades fires.
They're absolutely stoked to be back and getting to surf again and have it be a little bit more normal.
Buddhist says getting back outside and being with the team has such positive mental and physical benefits for kids dealing with trauma. But if kids continue to struggle, parents should consider taking their child to see a professional for cognitive or behavioral therapy. And Claire and Sahana, I did talk to a local therapist who said they're willing to accommodate for kids who've been personally affected by these fires.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Emma.
Thank you. In some entertainment news, musical artists came together this weekend for a special fire relief concert. Malibu's Aviator Nation Dreamland, in collaboration with Assistance vs. Agents and Afters Club, hosted a benefit concert Sunday for those impacted by the Los Angeles wildfires. Featuring artists included Diplo, Poolside, Drama, and more. All proceeds from the event will be donated to Music Care's fire relief efforts, which provides financial aid, emergency care, and mental health resources to music professionals. The day-long concert also honored firefighters and frontline workers during the show.
Get ready to take flight with Pepperdine's Dance Company. Entertainment reporter Melissa Houston gives us a preview into this year's Dance in Flight show.
Pepperdine's Dance in Flight, a student-led dance organization, brings dancers and the community together through movement. After a year of hard work, the dancers are ready to take the stage.
Everyone's doing so good and everyone's worked so hard, so I'm super excited to see everything on stage.
DIF provides a safe, unity-focused space, allowing the dancers to explore their passions and find refuge from past experiences.
It has completely redefined what dance means to me, because I came from a really toxic dance environment in high school, and so it's been just so fun to just get to dance with all my friends here.
With styles from hip-hop to ballet, contemporary to jazz funk, their performance combines hard work with a shared love for dance.
Every one of us love dance, so it's really special to come every Saturday, see everyone. We all have a similar goal in mind, and just building community and getting to know one another.
For many, DIF is a family that encourages creative growth and self-expression.
It brought the joy back to it, so I can say I love dance again, when maybe I couldn't say that when I graduated high school.
This year's show will also be a bittersweet moment for seniors closing this chapter in their dance journey.
This is the best way to I feel end my 18 plus years of dancing. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
This year's theme, Archived, explores the collection of memories and stories that shape our past, present, and future.
I think that's going to be like so rewarding to see this week, but I think it'll also be very like bittersweet knowing that like this is like the end of a certain chapter.
For these dancers, this performance isn't just a final show, but rather a celebration of everything they have achieved together.
I'm proud of Diff and to like see it grow this whole year. So.
Performances are this Thursday and Friday at 8 p.m. and Saturday at 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Tickets are available online or at the box office.
A time for healing and unity.
Malibu locals come together to show the community's resilience in the face of the fires.
Ready, set, go!
And lacing up for a cause, Pepperdine students hit the ground running to honor 4 special lives.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book could be the first that'll make helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
The month of March is just kicking off in the sports world, and Jenna is here to give us an update. Jenna?
Thank you, Claire. If you're getting ready to fill out your March Madness brackets, here is what you need to know. The team to watch is top-seeded Duke, favored to win, but known for underperforming in the tournament. Star player Cooper Flagg is dealing with an ankle injury, but is expected to play. Historically, the projected winner rarely takes the title, as seen before UConn's dominant run last year. KenPom metrics suggest a champion usually ranks top 20 in both offense and defense, narrowing contenders to Florida, Auburn, Duke, Houston, Tennessee, and Iowa State. For upsets, keep an eye on 12-seed Colorado State over 5-seed Memphis, with Memphis star Tyrese Hunter nursing a foot injury. Another potential shocker, UCSD over Michigan, and UCSD's first ever tournament appearance as a Division I team.
With such an accomplished career,
5K run and walk this weekend.
Runners, take your mark. Ready, set, go.
Over 100 people showed up and ran their hearts out Sunday to honor Deslyn Williams' love for running on the day after what would have been her 23rd birthday. Deslyn was one of the 4 Pepperdine seniors who lost their lives in the October 2023 crash on PCH. Her mother, Olive, flew in for the memorial run.
Deslyn always loved running.
Deslyn, who was an avid runner, loved it and wanted others to join her. She was training to run a half marathon and started a run club for her sorority, Alpha Phi. To commemorate her goal, students and community members gathered and completed 3.1 miles in her honor.
I think it's really fulfilling to see a bunch of people come out.
Senior Alpha Phi member Lauren Rocco has had a hand in planning the event the past 2 years.
It's just really a special event because Deslyn's such a special person.
Deslyn's mom said the event was perfect for her daughter.
She would have loved this. I mean, she would love this. You know, if she was here watching, She'll be so honored. She'll be so happy.
The event was able to obtain sponsorships to provide runners with food and hydration. Lauren and the Alpha Phi sorority, as well as Deslin's mom, are hoping this 5K tradition carries on for years to come.
It will mean a whole lot to me, my family, and everybody else.
And sports reporter Catherine Lytle is here with another episode in her series, Faith in Sports. Catherine?
Thank you, Jenna. The next athlete for the Faith in Sports series is CJ Allen, an Olympian and 400-meter indoor world record holder. In his interview, he explained the role faith plays in his athletic career and how they complement each other throughout his life.
With such an accomplished career, CJ Allen, who holds the U.S. record in the 400-meter hurdles, expresses that his faith goes hand in hand with his sport.
You know, track and my faith develop simultaneously, and I think that they complement each other in ways that are sometimes hard to describe because, I mean, you can't always describe faith.
This development has been gradual during his relationship with the Lord.
Like, you continue to grow and you continue to find things that you can work on. You continue to renew yourself in sport and in faith.
Not only does his faith and sport go hand in hand, but they aren't complete without each other.
My relationship with Jesus is the foundation to everything that I do in my life, right? And there is no track, there is no life, there is no, CJ without my faith, right?
However, with an individual sport like track, it's hard to be completely satisfied and enjoy the wins.
To be present and to really take the moments in because they are important, they are special. In my 20-year career, the only time that I felt that I was where I needed to be was when I was in the Olympic Village for the first time this summer.
This moment of gratitude was still deeply rooted in his relationship with God.
This is the greatest stage for athletics, and you've made it. And I took like a maybe 30-second moment to take a deep breath and just thank God, to be like, hey, this is everything that I've worked for, that we've worked for, and I'm super thankful that, you allowed this to happen on my journey. And then it was 30 seconds was over and I was back to work.
And as someone who is rarely satisfied, Allen continues to work towards improvement in both his athletic and spiritual life. With such an accomplished career, CJ Allen, who holds the U.S. record in the 400-meter hurdles, expresses that his faith goes hand in hand.
And just kind of show that,
Balancing faith and your sport must be challenging, but it is so inspirational to see how these high-performing athletes pull their motivation from their faith to carry them through competition. Back to you, Jenna, at the desk.
Thank you so much, Catherine. I know I really enjoyed watching Catherine's series this semester, and I cannot wait to see who she gets the opportunity to speak with next semester.
I know exactly who I want to see next semester.
Who do you want to see?
We need to see Jalen Hurts.
Oh, I agree. I agree, yeah. I don't know about that, but I feel like, I'll see if I can put in a word with Catherine and see what she can do. We'll see.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thanks, guys.
Paradise Cove Beach hosted a special Day of Hope this past Saturday for a time of reflection and healing. The Beachfront Cafe provided a space for fire victims, first responders, and local business owners to come together and support one another. Manager Tim Morris said the day was all about reuniting the community.
And just kind of show that, we're all together in solidarity and trying to bring some normalcy back into everybody's lives. It's just, Malibu's still here, Malibu's still open for business, and you can still come down and enjoy a wonderful day at the beach.
Everything at the event was complimentary, including the buffet meals served. Morris said the cafe's suppliers donated the food, and all tips collected went directly back to the staff.
That will do it for us this evening. It's so nice to see these events taking place after the fires that are positive and uplifting the
Absolutely.
community.
It's nice that they're bringing the community together. Join us April 15th for NewsWave's special Faith Through the Fires. Have a great night.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Got a quarter?
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city.